Come here. We have to talk. We have to talk. It's a must. So I read like some crazy statistic online. I think it was from Psychology Today that said like Americans, me included, spend more on shopping than they do in a higher education. And to that, I have to say, mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. It doesn't involve you. But seriously, I wanted to talk about like 5 shopping mistakes that I have made and how to become a better shopper. I know we talk about shopping a lot on this channel. You guys love shopping. I love shopping. I'm addicted to shopping. It's everything to me. I love it. But I feel like this year alone, besides like curating like my style more and getting my styles to be like more on point, when I say that, I mean like having a curation of an outfit in the closet that I love, but more so trying to become a better shopper. Like, yes, curbing my spending has been one. We do hauls every now and then. We always want to be shopping because it doesn't hurt to look to see what's out there, but I just want to become a better shopper. So here are like 5 mistakes that I made so you don't have to make them and become a better shopper, because with the holiday season approaching and my content that I'm going to be posting, we're always going to be shopping. That's just a given. That's what we do here and that's what we love. But just 5 mistakes that I made that so you don't have to make them too. So the first, let me sit up for this. So the first mistake that, gotta get comfortable. First mistake that I made while shopping, and I feel like you can become a better shopper, and nobody wants to hear this, is I stopped being an emotional shopper. Now that involved a lot of things. That involved a lot of self-work, it involved therapy, and that's just the truth of the matter. It involved me having better habits for myself in dealing with some shit, you know? And that's personal, and you may have your reasons for overspending and over shopping that we may not know of. It's none of my business, but I was the girl. I was the girl that I remember on this channel, I had a bad day, well, a bad week at work, right? At my old job, I had a bad week at work, I had a bad day, and I'm going to the mall. I am going to spend some money. I'm gonna buy something because I was looking for something to like make me feel good in that instant, right? So like, I know like a lot of us, we do it. Like you have a bad day, like I'm going to the mall. I'm leaving here with something.
You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Like Denzel Washington said, like I'm leaving here with something. I'm getting something today. I don't even care if it's a smart purchase. I'm buying it. I have to go to the mall. I have to go to the mall. I have to buy something. So that's been me, and like I would buy a lot of just BS that I just didn't need because I was leaving here with something, right? So I remember like on this channel, probably one of my vlogs, I was thinking about the Gucci platform loafers. Like I didn't end up getting them, but I didn't end up getting them because they didn't fit my wardrobe. I didn't end up getting them because they didn't fit the way I wanted them to fit. So please don't think I didn't make that purchase out of me just being a smart shopper. It was because the shoes didn't fit how I wanted them to fit. So I was like, I had a bad week at work. Hell, it could not even be work. It could just be having a bad week. I was like, I had a bad week at work. I'm going down to Gucci. I'm going down to Gucci in the Soho store. I ended up getting a belt that I didn't need. I love that belt now, but I did not need that belt, nor did I find it to be a hole in my closet. I just had the attitude that I'm leaving here with something. So I went down to the Gucci store in Soho. I tried on the shoes. I was gonna probably buy them. Did it fit a hole in my wardrobe? No. Did I need those shoes at all? No. Was I thinking about them as far as like liking them? Sure I was. Of course. We're always shopping here, but it wasn't like something where I really thought about it. Like, okay, I've been thinking about them. They will go with this. I was just gonna buy, I was gonna spend the bag regardless because I just had a bad week, and I was like, I'm upset, I'm shopping based on my emotions. So if you're making that mistake, we gotta get ahead of it. We gotta get ahead of it. Maybe therapy, maybe whatever you need. I would say this, if you're having a bad week or a bad day, try not to go to the mall. Maybe go for a walk. That would help too, right? Go for a walk, maybe have dinner with somebody that you care about who can help you vent, but try to stay away from the mall. I swear, I was like, oh my God, I gotta get to the mall. Every Friday after work, don't let it be payday. I'm going to the mall. I'm going to the mall. I'm leaving with something. I don't care what it is. I'm buying something. So now I feel like, fast forward into my life now, and not to get into my personal business and story, but now like, you don't know what it's like to shop when you're happy. You end up making better purchase decisions. You're not shopping on the emotion of just like it fulfilling something, right? So that's my first tip. And it's a hard one to swallow, but I had to kind of get there, and I feel like now I'm much better. Now I'm shopping because based what's on my closet, but we'll talk about the other points. But that's the first one. That's the first one that we probably don't want to hear, but you'll become a better shopper if you take that point into consideration. Sips coffee. You have to cut the urge to impulse buy. Yeah. It kind of goes hand in hand with the last tip of like emotional shopping, but especially I would say this, like of course sometimes if you see like something at Target, like the cardigan, it's $40, $50 and it's not going to put you like in a hole, sure, yeah, we'll take them. We'll take 14, we love it. But when it's something like especially like a luxury purchase, I would say for me the amount of money for me is like about $200, because usually when we waste anything over 200, it's usually like, damn, that sucks, I wish I didn't buy this. So what I've been doing, and I think it's a great tip for you to cut the impulse buying, is I have like a little running list. I have it in my notebook. Like this is like my notebook that I keep everything in. I have it divided by tabs, so I'm just like a stationary junkie, but I have a little list, and of course it could be a wish list. Now I like to take this where it's like, remember that Fendi Baguette bag that I wanted like a few months ago? I haven't been thinking about that bag, right? So yes, I could have spent $1,000 on it real quick and had it, but I'm glad I waited. I'm glad I waited to see if I'm still thinking about it. Now that I did my wardrobe or curated my wardrobe for the fall, does that bag fit in? You know what I mean? Does that bag fit in? Do I need it? Am I still thinking about it? I've done that for a number of items, probably like 5 to 6 items, and a lot of them have fallen off the list because if I impulse buy them, I probably would have spent over maybe $3,000, $4,000. Yeah. But I'm glad I've taken my time to be like, all right, like, okay, the bag works. Or right now my wish list is the Louis Vuitton Epi Leather triangle bag. Now it's been sitting on the list. It's been sitting on the list probably, I would say now maybe three weeks. I've been thinking about it before because I watched like this guy on TikTok. He had it when he went to Japan, and that was like maybe 6 months ago. So that could be the next luxury vintage purchase, but I'm still gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see if I'm still thinking about it, if it works in the wardrobe. Do I need it, or was it just a thing that I needed to have? Do that. I will say do that every time it's something a little bit more expensive. Think about it. Think about it for a while, unless it's like Zara. Like I know where it's like Zara, things like we have to act fast and we can just return. We don't have to take as much time. But when it's a luxury purchase, consider adding a wish list, a list that you write down, maybe on your notes app on your phone. I use that a lot to see if you're still thinking about it, still think if it actually works, or is it an impulse buy. Yeah, that's another one. And then let's just keep on going. The next tip, we'll get to probably the one that you probably already know or recommend, but the next tip is know the return policies. Know the return policies of the things you buy. It just happened to me yesterday, and it was completely my fault. It was like the H&M, remember I told you about the H&M mini skirt that was too short? I went to return it yesterday. They were like, oh, the return expired. Didn't realize it expired. But that's on me. But knowing your return policies and knowing the window you get to try something, if I am shopping, and this is considered online, this is considered in person, if the brand has a return policy that I'm uncomfortable with, I don't purchase. Let me tell you what happened to me. I bought items from Source Unknown, and they have amazing items on Source Unknown, like really cool sweaters, pants, jackets, whatever. So this was my first time trying out the website. So I go on the website, I think I ordered like a pair of track pants, and I forget what the other item was. It might have been a blazer. So I get the items, the freaking pants are high waters. They're high waters, they don't fit, and the other item I bought, they were fine, but I didn't love it. Now, I go to return, I emailed them, they say you have to email them to return the item. So I emailed them, I'm like, hey, I just want to return this item. Like, okay, great. First, they had to go through an approval process. I'm like, okay, this is annoying. So I go through the approval process, then they said, okay, my return is approved to return, but you just have to pay for the shipping back for the items. I'm like, okay, let me get the return address. The return address is in China. I have to pay for this on my own. So I go to the post office. It cost me $75 to return those 2 items. I was like, okay, you all will never hear from me again. So just knowing your return policies before purchasing, it can save some money. And also too, like if you're spending somewhere, your money somewhere, you should be able to return it if it doesn't work, or you know how many ideas I have in my mind of outfits that I'm like, oh yes, this is gonna work, and then it just doesn't. So knowing your return policies, whether it be 7 days, 14 days, and feeling comfortable with that. Like if you know you're not comfortable with the 7-day policy, then don't return. I really don't do well with like things that are final sale. I know some brands do it, especially like on the Real, unless it's something that I know I've tried the size, I know I want it, I've played with it, I've been thinking about it, then I'll pull the plunge. But that final sale, I don't care if it's like $30. I'm like, ooh, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't know about you guys, but those are 2 tips there. I had like my robe thing on the floor and I saw it. I was like, I'm a human being. Sometimes I miss things on the floor. But next tip for shopping mistakes to avoid, you have got to declutter your closet before going shopping. I know that's a given, or maybe it's not, but like I did a decluttering of my closet probably a few videos back. It's looking a little messy, like it's looking a little messy, but I do it every season. I probably should do a declutter before. I know it's already fall, but I haven't done a declutter and movement of summer items into like my other bedroom, just to kind of have a clear mind of what is actually needed. I feel like I have to change things over, but I went to LA and it was hot, and like now I'm back here and like it's really cooling down. But decluttering your closet is number one. You don't know what you need if you're not decluttering. There's so many things that I was like, oh, I have no tops for the fall. I was like, I have no sweaters for the fall, and I'm like, girl, you did not switch over your items from summer to fall. Like I have things in bins that I need to switch over. So switching over your closet and really assessing what you need is key. Like you have to do it. I didn't do it for so long because it's like, honestly, unless you like hire somebody, it's not fun to clean out your closet. It's just not. Like it sucks. Like you have to like have bags, you have to commit to it for a day. But trust me, if you do it and it becomes like a habit, like each season, I would say each season, clean out your closet, take out what works, take out what doesn't. Like even like organizing my closet, especially on just talking about impulse buying. So let me show you a bag that I'm actually selling right now. Now, of course, how much was this bag? This bag was $300. So am I like horribly mad? No, but now when I think about it, like okay, like $300 for this bag, and I could have put the $300 towards like the Louis Vuitton bag that I want. You know what I mean? So sometimes with these impulsive decisions, like it can cost you, because I'm like, nah, damn, I'd rather have that $300 to put towards something that I want. So this bag, I'm not sure if you remember me purchasing it. It was like a big Instagram thing. Sorry. So it's a big travel Brendan Blackwood leather bag, and I am selling it on my Poshmark, and I'll link it down below. I paid $300 for this bag, which is not a bad deal at all. It's 100% leather. It's orange, really good. I would say it was definitely an impulse buy because there was no thought in it. There wasn't really no thought in my process when buying it. So I think I was just out with my best friend, and we were just like, oh yeah, like I love it, yeah, great, let me buy it. And I remember even toting it around home on the train, because we were out in Brooklyn that day. I think I got it from Seed in Brooklyn. And I was like, oh yeah, like it was so annoying to carry on the way home because it was so huge, and I don't wear it. And whoever gets this bag or decides to purchase this, you're getting a brand new bag, because I don't wear it. Now when I think about the ease of use and how I wanted to use it, and this is why I say thinking about it and writing things down for a while, maybe I could have found it, maybe I could have called back the store to see if they had it or held it for me while I actually thought it through. So I thought I was going to use this bag for traveling, either traveling and kind of this being my carry-on, or I thought I was going to use it. You guys know I shoot content like every other week in the city with my boyfriend. I thought I'll be able to kind of throw my things in it and just have it when I shoot and change in the car. This bag is so heavy. The bag itself, like right now, like holding it like this, it's heavy. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's heavy. I don't reach for it because it's so heavy. It's so heavy, and it actually comes with another clutch. So mind you, the bag is heavy on its own with nothing in it. So naturally, when you're traveling or whatever you're doing, you're packing the bag up with items. It's just not wearable, and that's why I'm selling it. So this is what I say sometimes, the impulsive decisions. Like, yes, it didn't cost me a fortune, but it costs enough, right? Like, I'd rather take that $300 and do something else with it. Whereas this bag here, the Coach Brooklyn, I spent more time thinking about it. It wasn't an impulse purchase. You guys saw me in store trying it on. I went back into my wardrobe. What do I need? What's my life like? What are my habits? Like, what's my lifestyle? And when I tell you I travel with this recently, I have it slung on my shoulder when I go to events. It just, if it's my laptop, it's just more easy to use and I wear it more. Whereas this, like, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. So that's what I mean when I tell you guys sometimes the impulse, like, shopping decisions can just hurt sometimes. So that's my mistake. So last tip, or shopping mistake that I had made, and I don't make it anymore. I will say of all the mistakes I made, this one I feel like I have really become top notch, the best on. If you can't think of 3 ways to style something when you buy it, then you don't need to buy it. If you can't think of them, I like to, like, and I know sometimes, even with my cowboy boots, I had to work at it a little bit because I think I was overthinking that purchase. But trust me, if I didn't figure out 3 ways, those boots were going back to the store, because sometimes we have to take things home and think about it. But if it's not coming together, if you can't think of 3 ways, then you don't need to buy it. It's simple, but it will save you some money. It will save you the mistakes. Trust me, I've made them when you have all these things in your closet that have tags on it, you haven't worn it, you don't think about it because you haven't thought about how to style it or how to wear it. And you just have to be able to wear it 3 ways. I like to think of 3 immediate ways. If I can't see how it works in my wardrobe, that's why you have to declutter, all that good stuff, so you can know and become a better shopper and avoid the mistakes that I have made. I hope this video was helpful to you. I thought it was fun just to sit down and chit chat about some mistakes to become a better shopper, because truth of the matter is we're gonna be shopping, and that's just, I've accepted my fate. But you can become a better shopper. You can have a better curated wardrobe. So let me know what you guys think. What is your shopping mistake that you tend to make that you are trying to overcome? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, be safe and be well. Bye.